The twin suns of Oriones V hung mercilessly over the endless expanse of sand. The dunes burned like molten glass, the air rippling with heat. No human had ever crossed this place on foot and lived. No one except Kade Rowan, and even he wasn't sure how long he could last. His lips were cracked, his canteen empty. His clothes hung in tatters, the once white fabric now the color of blood and dust. The desert stretched forever in every direction, gold and death. And somewhere out there, she waited. It had started 3 days earlier, when Kade's exploration shuttle went down in a storm of sand and static. He'd been mapping the desert's edge, charting alien ruins. But the planet's storms were unpredictable, alive, almost conscious, and they swallowed ships whole. He woke among the wreckage, his co-pilot gone. Only one other life sign had appeared on his scanner, a faint, pulsing signal a few kilometers north. He followed it, hoping for a survivor. He found her instead. At first, he thought she was a mirage, something his mind invented to comfort itself. But when she turned, the suns reflected off her silver skin, and her eyes burned a brilliant violet. She wasn't human. She was Asha of the Seraphim, an alien race known for surviving extremes that would kill any human in seconds. Her people were thought extinct after the Great Purge. Yet here she was, kneeling in the sand beside a broken transmitter, her expression wary but curious. "You shouldn't be here," she said, her voice like wind over crystal. "Neither should you," he rasped. "You'll die." He smiled faintly. "Then maybe I'll make history." Asha tilted her head. "Humans always chase glory. It will kill you." "I'm not chasing glory," he replied. "Just trying to survive." Something in his tone made her pause. The desert wind shifted, carrying the scent of ozone and burning sand. Finally, she sighed. "Come, there is shade nearby." She led him to remains of an ancient seraphim outpost half buried beneath a dune. The walls still glowed faintly, powered by whatever strange energy her people had left behind. Kade collapsed in the corner, trembling. "How do you survive this heat?" "Our blood," she said simply. "It carries the sun's fire. It keeps us alive." He laughed weakly. "That's poetic." "It's truth." Over the next day, Kade learned that her transmitter was broken. She had been trying to contact a Seraphim scout ship. That never came. He offered to help, though he had little strength left. As he worked, Asha watched him closely. His skin blistered, his breathing shallow. He refused her offer of rest. "Why do you struggle so hard?" she asked. "You will not survive without water." "Because," he said, tightening a bolt with shaking hands, "if I stop, I die. And if I die, so does the only person who might help me get home." Asha blinked, her eyes softening. "You speak as though my life matters to you." "It does." She turned away quickly, hiding the flicker of emotion that passed across her face. By the second day, Kade's lips were bleeding. His tongue was sandpaper, his body a furnace. Asha offered to share her blood, an act sacred to her kind, forbidden since the purge. "It would heal you," she said, "a bond of survival." But Kade refused. "That's yours. You need it. You do not understand. I have more than enough. You, human, have only pride." He smiled faintly. "Maybe that's what keeps us alive." Her eyes lingered on him for a long time. "You are unlike others I've met. I could say the same about you." On the third day, a second storm came, angrier, darker. The dunes howled. The sky turned copper. The shelter began to crumble. "We have to move," Asha said. Kade could barely stand. His vision blurred, and each step felt like dragging a mountain. She grabbed his arm. "You will not make it." "Then leave me." Her grip tightened. "No." She hauled him forward, her strength almost supernatural. But the storm grew worse, swallowing everything in sand. The two of them stumbled through chaos, blind, coughing, desperate. At last, Kade collapsed, face first into the dune. Asha knelt beside him, panic flooding her expression. "Kade!" He didn't answer. His pulse fluttered, faint. Asha hesitated only a moment before making her choice. She drew a small blade from her belt and sliced a shallow cut across her palm. Her silver blood glowed softly. "Forgive me," she whispered, pressing her hand to his lips. "Live." The alien blood burned like fire as it touched him. His body convulsed, his eyes snapping open. The pain was indescribable. Heat flooding his veins, light searing through his vision. But then relief. He could breathe again. The storm raged on, but he rose slowly, meeting her gaze. "What did you do?" "What I must," she said quietly. We are bonded now. My strength flows in you. Do not waste it. They made it to a mountain ridge that night, the storm dying behind them. From the peak, they could see the horizon shimmering with light, where the Seraphim ruins ended and human colonies began. You did it, she said softly. You crossed the desert. He looked at her. We crossed it. Asha smiled faintly, but it didn't reach her eyes. The bond will not last. My blood burns too bright for your body. It will fade or consume you. Kade shrugged. Then I'll die with a story worth telling. Her laughter was soft, almost human. You are stubborn, even for your kind. They rested in a cave that night. Kade built a small fire, its light flickering across the walls. Your people, he asked, why did they really die out? Asha's expression darkened. We were too proud. We believed ourselves eternal. The purge came from within. Our power burned us before your weapons ever could. Then maybe we're not so different, Kade murmured. Humans destroy themselves the same way. She studied him. Yet you walk across death for a stranger. He met her gaze. Because even if the universe ends tomorrow, someone should still do the right thing today. Asha turned toward the fire, her eyes shining. You make it sound so simple. It's not, he said. It's just human. By dawn, rescue signals lit up the horizon. A human search drone had picked up their trail. Kade smiled weakly. Looks like we made it. But when he turned to Asha, she was already fading, her form flickering in the morning light. The bond kept you alive, she said softly. But it drains me. I cannot stay. He reached for her hand. You'll die if you break it. She shook her head. I will live through you. Kade's throat tightened. That's not enough. She smiled sadly. For me it is. You carry my fire now. Keep it burning. He wanted to argue, to beg her to stay, but the light around her grew too bright. The air shimmered, and then she was gone, scattered like starlight into the rising sun. Days later, Kade woke in a human medical bay. The doctor said it was impossible. No one could survive that desert. Not without water, not with those injuries. But when they examined his blood, they found something else. It shimmered faintly silver. He told them nothing, only that a friend helped him, a friend the desert had taken. Months later, he returned to the dunes. The world had resumed spinning, the war between humans and the remnants of alien survivors continuing in distant systems. But he came back anyway, to the ridge where they'd stood together. The sands were quiet, the sky clear. He knelt and placed a small crystal he'd carried since that day, a fragment of her transmitter, into the earth. Rest easy, Asha, he whispered. You didn't just survive the desert. You crossed it with me. The wind answered softly, swirling around him like a sigh. For a heartbeat, he thought he heard her voice, warm, distant, eternal. And you, Kade Rowan, burned brighter than any sun. He smiled. Then he turned toward the horizon and began walking again. One man carrying the fire of two worlds in his veins.